Legendary Baltimore battle on the gridiron that graces ABC2's airwaves every Thanksgiving Day. 98 years of Maryland football tradition and still going strong. We're talking, of course, about the Turkey Bowl. And with us now to talk much more about that, Paul Brooks and Michael Brooks, both with Brooks Financial. Thanks so much for coming in, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having me.
Great to have you both here. And let's just get into it a little bit here. I mean, November, right? You start to feel it in the air around here, around Baltimore.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Everything's ready to go, and the kids are all ready to line up against one another and get after it on the football field. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time, great tradition, and in this town, it's part of the definition of Thanksgiving.
It's a rich, rich tradition. It's something we look forward to every Thanksgiving here in Baltimore. Paul, I know you actually have a personal history with this game that goes beyond even your organization's history. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I played in the, it was 1981 Turkey Bowl down at Memorial Stadium when we played. So we played in that for many years before M&T was even considered as a venue, or even Towson for that. And so that is an event that you spend years playing football and having this rival against your crosstown rival, and so to go and sit in front of 10,000 people in the stadium, in an NFL stadium, is just huge. I mean, it's the most wonderful thing to experience as a football player who may never play football beyond that high school level, and so it's awesome, and it's about the community of that, and so then we grow beyond that. And then now it's all about the larger community of the Loyola and the Calvert Hall and this whole Baltimore long-standing rivalry, as you talked about, with 98 years. Yeah.
It's a deep and rich tradition. I'm sure it's a memory that you keep with you, and you think back to when you played every year when the game comes up again. What is it about Calvert Hall, Loyola Blakefield? I mean, what is it about the energy when these two teams go at it? What would you say?
Well, it's everything. I mean, it doesn't really even matter what the competition is, whether it's basketball, lacrosse, baseball, football. It doesn't matter. It's just that's the rival of in this town between those two institutions. They're aligned properly commonly in terms of their mission and what they're doing. Kind of go after the same audience. And, through the parochial system or the public system, you're already starting to form up where you're going to go for your high school. And, so it just continues. It's just a Baltimore thing. And the rivalry just doesn't even matter, even to this day, coming up into the Turkey Bowl or any big game against the other school. I'm getting texts, phone calls. It's
a couple weeks ahead.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, and then of course all the stuff that happens afterwards is fun. But it's all good. It's all good. It's community collegiality.
All-day event too.
All day.
Paul, talk about this. I mean, it must mean so much to you that you played in the game, and now as an organization you work to help support the game.
Oh, absolutely. We were offered an opportunity many years ago to come in and do this, and it was for us, as Michael explained a little bit, was while I played football there, he may have played basketball, but yet the bigger community is that, we love the Calvert Hall community. We love our experiences there. Our sons went there. They love the experience. But it's actually, as I mentioned before, it's a little bit bigger. We've got lots of friends, and while the rivalry was there in the sports, and this happens to be the Turkey Bowl, we all sit down and have a beer, we chuckle, and for the other 364 days of a year, we're best buddies, friends, clients, whatever, and so it's a great time. And that's why we do it. Yeah. We do it to keep the tradition, to keep the legacy, to keep the history, to keep the community together. And that's the biggest piece for us. It's great that it happens to be on a venue of a Turkey Bowl and Thanksgiving and the big rah-rah. But it's a little bit greater than that for us.
And there's an importance behind it too. Part of the motivation for us relates to the community. Sure. And it is a broad community. And we're all invested in it. But one of the unique parts of being able to support this, number one, we are supporting our school. Calvert Hall has been a great blessing to us and continues to be a great blessing to this community and the men that go through that school, as Loyola is for those that attend that school.
Sure.
But the subtle benefit for us is those that don't go to the game have an opportunity to see this on TV in a high production format. The people that are staying behind, the families that are staying behind, preparing the meals, and all of the things, it gives everybody an opportunity to participate in the game, in the moment, in the rivalry, whether they're in the stadium or not. So for us, it's kind of a really big deal that way.
Absolutely. Well, Michael and Paul Brooks, thanks so much for coming in. I'd ask you for a prediction, but I think we know where your heart's, you might be skewed opinions on. Great battle. We know that's coming up.
It's a great battle.
When these two teams get together,
Lots of fun.
It's guaranteed.
Lots of fun.
Thanks so much for coming in, gentlemen. And when we come back, we're going to have much more for you, including 4 top events in just 4 minutes with Heidi Klotzman. Stay tuned.